Hi, my name is Michelle Gonzalez. I am your child's Algebra 2 math teacher. Welcome to our first virtual open house. So a little bit about myself. I have been working here at Rockville High. This is my 4th year. I have been teaching about 14 years. I absolutely love teaching the high school age. I love teaching them the higher level math, helping them really get those aha moments and really learn the material at a deeper level. So in this video, what I'm going to do is show you a little bit about what your child will be doing. Please ask him or her to show you Google Classroom and how it's set up so you can see all of the different resources we have on there. There are links for extra help. There is always a teacher here after school. Tuesdays and Thursdays to be on a Zoom virtually for any virtual students or in a classroom. I am personally here from 2:05 to 2:45 at least every day. Student can ask to Zoom with me or they can come and stay after. My rock block is block 8, which for a lot of students is their early release, so they can stay and get extra help from me. And I really encourage them to do so. Learning virtually and hybrid is not easy, but we are doing the best that we can to help them, and extra help may be needed in this trying time. So now what I want to do is just show you some of the resources that we are using to help keep them engaged and help them really understand the material. The first is their online textbook. So this is Savas. And it is the online textbook that we have purchased this year to help them. Starting this week and next week, I'm really starting to try to give them the option of how can I use the time to best help the students in class and virtually. So for those students that are really feeling checked out virtually, can't follow along with the classwork during the school day, and it's really trying for them, I am going to be assigning their examples in their textbook. And you'll see all these different examples that this is actually an assignment for next week. And they can try this and actually follow through and take notes. So in this example, there was no right or wrong answer. It's just what do they observe. Then they can click up here and they can go to their next example. And this is where they would hit notes. So they would see the question. If they know how to do it from Algebra 1, great, solve it. Otherwise, they can hit solution and be walked through the examples, which is great. So for a student that is visual and likes models, I highly recommend taking this route. If they're feeling disengaged during my lesson, this is really what they want to be doing. And then they can go over here, hit the next button, and try some examples, and it will give them feedback on what the real answer should be. And so they can keep trying until they get it. There's also, if they go over to tools, they can see all different tools that they can use. In their homework assignments, there are also, when they hit on the help tool, can get videos, which is phenomenal. So if they're getting stuck, they can go and get some video extra help through the textbook. Mrs. Schultz also has a math resource page that is on my Google Classroom that has her own videos that she's put on there. So there is plenty of help for them if they choose. So for those students that are feeling disengaged, this is the method I am recommending. And then for the last half hour of class, they should be coming back onto the Zoom. So they would have gone onto the Zoom, taken attendance, and then done the assignment that is in Google Classroom. They would come back for the last half hour to ask me any questions that stuck out to them while the others are doing their exit checks. So if this seems like a horrible way to learn for some people in math, they don't want to look and read and they can't follow, then I recommend staying with me in class. And so then what we're going to be doing is the ones in class are going to start having worksheets, and it comes again from their online platform. I've just made copies for them, and I've put it in Google Classroom for them to know, and they can either upload pictures on here, they can write in here, they can print it and then take pictures. That is up to them. And I will also, the ones in class will actually have the physical copy, and the ones at home will join class by going to this whiteboard app, which is awesome for them. So during this whiteboard class, I don't know if it will let me right now because I think it's only open for 2 hours. Oh, perfect. So here I can log into this whiteboard app and they can fill out, I'm going to push questions to there. They can answer the questions with their mark like this. They can enter the math and say x plus 2, however they want, and then I get to see their work in real time, and I can ask them to clarify in real time, and I can get a real check-in. So it's like they're part of the class. And so if they prefer learning like this, then they should be staying with the class. And so when I give at the last half hour, I will let everybody start working on their exit check, which will tell me whether or not they fully understood the material, and they can ask questions with the other virtual students, or they can just go off on their own because they should feel pretty prepared for that material. I ask that you maybe talk with your child and ask them how do they think they would learn best? Which option is best? So each of the options will allow them to not beat the computer for the full 84 minutes and will allow them to learn the way that they learn best and hopefully feel like they are getting the best education that they could while being virtual. So those are the platforms. Some other times we use Teacher Desmos, which is the graphs, and they can graph, and I can see their answers through this. And this is also how I'm giving them classwork and feedback through this platform, which allows them to visually see what is going on with the math, which is really awesome. Both of which I can always see who's working and who's not, and this is where their grades are coming from. Hopefully you have found all of this informational and not too much. Here is my information. So my email address is michelle.gonzalez@vernonct.org. My phone number is 860-870-6050, extension 4192. Please contact me at any time. Also, here is the distance learning resources. If you've emailed me, it should go back on your email. It's also on the Vernon Public website, and that you'll see exactly what topics are being taught every day. I hope you enjoyed our first virtual open house. Let me know if you guys have any questions.